We made it to 2021. It is such a huge reason to be grateful and to thank God. Like, we're here. This is the first day 2021. 2020 was crazy, was a roller coaster, you guys, especially for me. But I am here today. I am alive. I am healthy. I feel so good. And thank you for joining me on this first day of 2021. Welcome to Modernist Mission. And in this video, we'll be talking about my 3 major wins for 2020, the lessons I learned specifically, and what I have planned for you in 2021. I have so much that I've planned for you guys. So much will be going on this channel. A lot of healing, a lot of those things we do here, a lot of relationship advice, a lot of financial advice, grieving, co-parenting, those things that we talk in harsh tones, those things. As African society, we don't divorce those things. And yes, so I will talk about that. But to begin with, my name is Modoni Mukiri, and welcome to Modoni's Mission on this first day of 2021. I am honored that you created time for me and that you're here to listen to me and to learn as well. So crossing over to 2020, this was my list for 2020, you guys. Excuse me. So number 1, to work on my financial discipline. I wanted to do that. Like I have told you guys, I don't know how I know how to make money and to look at opportunities, but I don't know how to keep money. Like, I make money and I spend all of it. I have the worst discipline, and this is one of the things I will be looking forward to solving in 2021, like for real. And I will be bringing also financial experts to talk to us about managing our money, especially as women. You make money, but you hear spoiling all of it. And there's also that mentality that lies to us that we especially if you're a single woman, you're not married, like you don't want to make long-term investments because you could get married. So it's a crazy mentality. But then I will get a financial expert to talk to. Actually, I will do like a series, how to manage your finances, ways of saving money, what assets are better to acquire, especially when you're a young woman or you are a young man trying to build yourself. So let me go back. Sometimes I can talk too much. So this was my list of about what to work on in 2020. Financial discipline, yes. Stop impulse buying, yes. That was my list for 2020. Clear all my loans. I tried. I still, as a business person, you cannot not really have loans. Save. I saved. I tried in 2020, but I still haven't stopped impulse buying and poor financial discipline. I wanted to upgrade my car. I have a Kadudu. I have had it for like 5 years. I wanted to upgrade it. I still haven't, but it's still here. So, and then I make more investments. That was my list for 2020. Financial discipline, stop impulse buying, clear all my loans, save, upgrade my car, and make more investments. I don't think I fulfilled any of those things. Like, the only one I tried is saving. I saved, kiasi, but I was still impulse buying. I still had poor financial discipline. I was very indisciplined. I have the worst discipline when it comes to impulse buying, and I that is one area that has defeated me. So this was my list for 2020, what I wanted to work on. You see, like for 2019, I accomplished a lot of those things. I did, like about healing my inner child, about solving conflict, managing my time better. Those ones I did. But for 2020, I did not fulfill any. However, God gave me 3 major wins in 2020 that were not on this list. So that is what I want to talk about today. So number one, starting my YouTube channel. That was not on my list, anywhere on my list. I wanted to, like, I obsessed about it, and I stressed, and I was overthinking all over about my YouTube channel because I wanted to talk about healing stuff, and I didn't know where to start, and if, I didn't want to look like cycle, you know. But I had not written it on my list. However, I started and it's going on so well, and I love my channel. I do, and I love what I do here. I love your feedback. I love the healing stuff we do, and showing love to one another, being there for one another. I love. This was my first win for 2020. Like it's amazing. It's amazing what God can do, and how you can write a whole list of what you want, things you want, but God knows exactly what you need. So another win for me, number 2, actually, like for my list for 2020, there's nowhere I talk about myself, my personal life. You know, for like 2018, I had said I want to read more self-help books. I got over a breakup, those things. For 2020, my list was about investments and money, and upgrading like my car and saving and those things. Funny enough, I started dating early, like when COVID hit, like immediately after COVID. I met someone, and we kicked it off, and it's going on so well, and I am so happy. That was not on my list. I would not even think about a relationship in 2020. Like beginning of 2020, I would not have thought of meeting anyone, of like falling in love, or like being serious with someone. But that was a win for me. It is. And then the number 3 accomplishment for 2020 is quitting employment. I wanted to quit employment, but I didn't know how. I had some businesses, some investments here and there. But then sometimes my nature of my job, sometimes the work I was a news anchor. I was a news anchor. And sometimes you become emotionally attached to your audience. Yes. And that was the hardest part of quitting. Like I feel like they're my children. Like we have that connection. I feel like I won't have that platform anymore to connect with them like that. But then we get to a point in life, and you have to make changes, and you have to do things that you have to go through the temporary discomfort, but you know you're preparing yourself for something else. That was a major win for me, that I was able to do it. I went through a lot of anxiety before I left. I had migraines when I thought about it. It's a job I had done for 5 years. It's given me so much exposure. It's put me in places I never thought I would reach. It's given me so much credibility. I have a huge following on social media. I have people who are really loyal to me, and it broke my heart to leave. But at some point, you have to make those decisions for your personal gain. So those are my 3 major wins for 2020. Starting my YouTube channel, dating, meeting someone and dating, and I'm happy. Right now, I am happy, and quitting employment. Yeah, so what lessons did I learn in 2020? The first lesson is to be grateful. 2020 for me was the year to thank God for what you already have. It was not the year to think about making more. It was the year to thank God you're healthy, to thank God for the sun, to thank God for the air. It was the year to be grateful for the freedom we had before, before we were walking without a mask. It was a year for me to look at what you already had. Not about, you know how we pray, I want. My prayer turned to thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you that we have more people recovering from COVID, you know. It was a year to just be grateful to God for me. Another thing I learned is to celebrate the small wins, small things, you know, small things. Maybe you do a COVID test, it's negative, you want to celebrate. Your friend leaves ICU from ailing from COVID, when they leave ICU, and you know you want to be grateful. When just small things, like small wins, when you make it through the day and you get back home and you're safe. Like I learned to celebrate the small milestones. Sometimes we forget to celebrate ourselves for the little things we do every day. If you have a nice recipe you want to try for your family, if it works out well, appreciate yourself and celebrate the small milestones. If you want to do a get together for your family, it's successful, celebrate that milestone. We wait for a marriage certificate to celebrate. We wait for an award. We wait for the second coming of, we're waiting for the second coming of Jesus to appreciate. We are waiting for such huge things. We are waiting for an election. We are waiting for, but it's in the small wins. It's in the small wins every day that we enjoy life. And I learned that in 2020. I also learned I also learned to look at the brighter side of life and to look at what is working. And that is why I have not really talked about, I have dwelt more on my wins than on my losses, because when you appreciate what you have, you feel you're so blessed already. You feel you have a lot already. Yeah, and it brings a positive vibe to you. For me, it brings a positive vibe where I feel like I'm winning all through. When I look at already just what I have, I feel like a winner already. So even when I approach challenges, when I approach difficult situations, I approach with that winner mentality. Like I feel I already have so much going on. Like this happened, looking at the positive, looking at what is working, and I stop looking at what is not working. Also, my condolences to anyone who lost someone due to COVID, due to the pandemic. And I lost people I knew were in the ICU, people I knew were positive, people very, very close to me. At some point, people in my house, sometimes I had hosted some people in my house for like a couple of weeks, and one of them had COVID. I don't want to talk about that. My condolences to anyone here who lost anyone due to COVID-19, due to the pandemic, due to what was happening. My heart goes out to you, and may God give you the strength to move on and to deal with the heart as you grieve your loved one. I also went through a series of people I knew were in the ICU, people I knew lost their lives, people that friends of friends also lost their lives. And it was not a funny situation. It was chaotic. At some point we had a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, but all in all, I learned to appreciate people when I can. In Kikuyu we say era iria yakua. Like we say a cow produced a lot of milk when it's already dead. We wait for the cow to die and then say how much it had a lot of milk, instead of saying that when it's alive. Well, it's an African proverb. So appreciate the people you care about. Appreciate people. Take someone special for coffee. Tell them they are important to you. Appreciate what they do, their side hustle. Support them, because you never know, anything could strike, and then you're left there with tears, or you lose people who were really important to you. But when they were alive, you did not treasure that time. You did not tell them what they really meant to you. So it taught me to appreciate people, to hug people more, to tell people how much you love them, to buy them nice shoes, to support their business, to post something nice on their social media. It's to appreciate them more when you can, and when you have the opportunity to do that. Yeah, so tufikisha hapa, because when we go on, we will start getting emotional. So moving forward, what do I have planned for my mission, for this channel, for Mudoni's mission? This channel is about healing. It's about becoming a better you. We start with ourselves. We heal ourselves. We work on our self-love, our self-esteem. We talk about things that people don't talk about, especially in the African society. It's okay to be a single woman in your 40s, in your 30s. It is okay. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not abnormal. And that is why we have this channel, so we can talk about why are you single in your 40s. You know what I mean? And how you can turn that around. We will be talking about things like divorce, bedroom matters, things to do with childhood trauma, things to do with infidelity in relationships. I have received a lot of emails in regards to that. My boyfriend is cheating. Should I leave him? Well, I'm not a therapist, and I would hate to give my personal opinion to you, because my personal opinion doesn't mean it's right. It is just an opinion. You know, an opinion could be right or wrong. It just remains an opinion. So those things that we talk about in hushed tones, in silence, that we're not allowed to shout about. Like you're ashamed you're going through a divorce. Oh, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You're ashamed your relationship did not work. Like when you go through violence as a woman, you can't talk about it. You know, you're embarrassed. There's nothing to be embarrassed about on this channel. And we're trying to normalize these things. Finding love in your 40s, going through divorce, living a toxic relationship, finding your inner child, getting that degree in your 50s. That is what this channel is. Not your everyday channel. We talk about healing matters, getting better, working on ourselves, and moving forward. I will be having my therapist, Dr. Nancy Nyaga. Dr. Nancy Nyaga, I spoke to her. She's a busy woman, but she wants to do this as also part of a CSR, because of course I cannot afford to pay her. Oh, I can't. So she'll be coming once a week. I wanted us to do live sessions with her. We can talk, we can choose topics, we can maybe choose a topic, probably handling grief, how to grieving a loved one, the stages of grief, and how to, you know, how to still cherish the memories of our loved ones moving forward, our beloved ones moving forward, co-parenting, how to stop falling in love. You know, we only know how to fall in love, but we don't know when to stop. That's why you fall in love with someone, and then in between it gets bad or they leave you, but you still hang on to them. You don't know how to fall out of love. How can we learn to detach ourselves from toxic situations? You know, those are things I want to talk about. Our inner child, about narcissists. There's a video I did about dating a narcissist. It has so many interactions. I got a lot of emails, and men were really aggrieved, like, hey, women are also narcissistic. That was my experience. I dated a man, so I spoke about a narcissistic man. But I agree with you, they are narcissistic women. So a therapist will come in board to take it further, to tell us who are narcissists from a professional point of view. And if you are a narcissist, this is the place for you to find healing. So she can tell us what makes narcissists. As in, what can a narcissist do to heal? How can you know you are a narcissist? You know, also women find themselves in toxic situations over and over again. Initially, I wanted this channel. I had designed this channel for women, but then I realized men want this information too, and they've come on board, and I just had to embrace them. Yeah, we don't judge. We just spread love here on this channel, and we are there for one another. So I will still have my individual videos like what I'm doing now, but I will have my therapist. So I want to have a minimum of 2 videos in a week. 2 videos in a week. So it will be bigger. It will be better. It will be deeper. It will be crazy. It will be emotional, and we are really going there. Yes. So I'm also planning on doing some workshops, some seminars across the country in different counties. We get a workshop, we talk about toxicity, we talk about domestic violence, we talk about co-parenting, we talk about finding love, about being single, about divorce, about healing one another, you know, about self-confidence, self-esteem, becoming better women, becoming better people. I will do these seminars and these workshops so we can interact physically. Some people are like, I want to meet you, Mudhoni, I want to talk to you, give me your number. I cannot really. I would stretch myself so much to want to be there for you, but up to some extent. But with these seminars and these workshops, we can interact on a deeper level, and I can get people who can come for these workshops and give professionals who can give their professional take and their professional advice. So my therapist will be here on a weekly basis. I have to work with her time, so I want us to be going live, but then I will let you know, depending. You know, I'm also technologically challenged when it comes to YouTube stuff. I'm new. I'm 3 months new with 30,000 subscribers. I thank God so much, and I am, you know, I'm honored. So I will also do that. I'm also long-term for Mudhoni's mission. I am looking at having these conversations countrywide, even in our schools, in our primary schools. How can we talk about self-confidence to our children? How can we teach our boys in primary school to be men, to be better husbands? How can we bring them up as someone's husband? You know, you understand? How can we talk to these children about trauma, about sexual abuse, about how can we have therapists in our school, in our schools? Those are some of the conversations I would want to have moving forward, like long term. That is my goal for this channel, to have mental, emotional awareness and mental awareness in our schools from a young age. You know, so we don't wait to get to 30 to heal our childhood trauma. We don't wait to get to 40 to build our self-esteem. You know, yes, to work on our self-love. So I love you so much, guys, and it's an honor to do this. So moving forward, those are some of the things I will be talking about, and that is what I have planned for you on Mudhoni's mission. It will be bigger, it will be better. Keep sharing, keep sending those emails, and most probably, if I haven't replied to your email, is because I am not a therapist, and maybe the kind of advice you want from me, I would not want to give my point of view in a situation where you're hurting. I would not want to mess it more, but Dr. Nancy will be here from starting this January. I am happy. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for embracing this channel. 2021, we are meeting 2021. We are not waiting for it to come and greet us. We are greeting it with self-esteem, with self-confidence, with our goals at hand. So for 2021, I decided not to call them resolutions. Like I said, for 2020, I didn't fulfill any, but God gave me the three major things that I spoke about. For 2021, I have things planned for my personal life that I don't think I want to share at this point, but I called them prayer requests. Like, it is what I'm gonna pray for, but then God knows what I need. You know, God knows what I need. So enjoy your holiday and see you around. And please share this video, subscribe. Most people watch my videos. I have a lot of views on my videos, but only like 20% have subscribed. Please hit that button. Sometimes I know you could forget. Hit it. Yes. So have a good afternoon.